Hi everyone. So let's start with the domain itself. The food industry is a dynamic and fast-paced sector known for its strict regulations and complex workforce management needs. Our main focus today is on a key question. How can an ERP system help HR navigate these challenges? So first, we'll examine the role of specific HR modules and explore how integrating them into a single ERP platform improves not just HR but the entire business. So specifically, we'll look at how this integration boosts operation efficiency, ensures regulatory compliance, improves financial management, and enhances integration with other business functions like supply chain and production. Now let's look at some of the core HR functionalities that an ERP system provides. First, we have workforce planning and recruitment. This module helps us identify staffing needs and hire qualified employees efficiently. So next is payroll. The ERP automates the complex calculation of salaries, overtime, and various allowances, as ensuring accuracy and timeliness. So next up is the training part. So the ERP system is crucial on this part. It can automatically track mandatory training modules such as HACCP, GMP, and hygiene certifications, ensuring that every employee is compliant and up to date. Finally, we have employee evaluation. The system allows for robust KPI and performance monitoring, providing managers with data to drive performance and identify talents. So, what are some of the benefits of bringing all of this ERP system together? So, firstly, there's an improvement in workforce productivity by automating administrative tasks. HR managers can focus more on strategic initiatives. So, secondly, and critical for the food industry itself, is better regulatory compliance. With automated tracking and reporting, we drastically reduce the risk of non-compliance. On the third, we see enhanced talent management. We can better identify, develop, and retain our top talent. Fourth, we gain financial visibility. Integrated payroll and workforce data provide clear insights into labor costs, helping with budgeting and financial planning. And lastly, this foundation allows for scalable business growth. The system can adapt and grow with our business, whether we're opening a new facility or expanding our product lines.
This picture shows how new works join a food factory with a computer system. Works since they are helping people first. The computer checks these people's if people's are occupancies since their work time and extern for cold rooms. New works learn food safety lessons online. They must pass the test. Then they, then they send work people online, get their work number and can start work safely. Factory teams apply for new works. HR uploads their people into the ERP system for tracking. Qualified works get scheduled work uh, hours and extra allowances, finished food, safety testers, send online contracts, and their data in shared with salary and scheduling teams. Unqualified people will be refused directly. After new works finish drawing work on the computer system, we keep their safe people online for official checks. Each works each work gets a special number to clock in and enter the factory. The computer saves or pay records safely. Managers use work data to get enough people for busy seasons. The computer will also remind us when work certificates are going to end soon.
Hello everyone. Now I will be presenting about functional areas that can be integrated with HR modules in an ERP system. So the three functional areas that uh, we have been chose, which is finance and accounting, supply chain management, and also marketing and sales. So first of all, in finance and accounting areas, which their role is manage payrolls, benefits, and also labor costs. Also, by managing finance and accounting wisely, we can support budgeting and also plan the financial wisely. Next, we have supply chain management, which um, which by integrated with HR modules in ERP system, we recruit and train supply chain staff to do the stuff thing, which such as handling the ingredients, managing the stock, and also production process. And lastly, we have marketing and sales, which also we recruit employee to do this marketing stuff such as skill sales and marketing things. And also we should not also recruit them, we also support training and performance management. Thank you. Next, I will be talking about integration that are suitable to be implemented in an ERP system. As you can see, we integrate HR in ERP system with supply chain management and marketing and sales, which I have been discussing just now. Next, the role of the HR, which is we improve the recruitment and train the employee, and also with the workforce coordination. Also, by using ERP system, we may make the good communication and reduce the duplicate work. And also, we can enable real-time data sharing across uh, multi-functional different department. Next, uh, by using this system, we can support the faster of the decision making and improve more of the operational efficiency. Last but not least, uh, by using this system, we can also help the food industry by increasing the productivity and also maintain smooth operation.
So my part is on the streamline diagram to visualize how HRM integrates with ERP modules in the food industry domain, showing how HR connects with other departments through the ERP systems in the food industry. As you can see on the diagram provided below, it starts with HR, so they post manpower requisitions, upload compliance documents, and input employee master data. So the ERP system then validates health certificates and training results. Let's say if a candidate fails, access is locked until retraining. So if they pass, the ERP generates digital certificates and send payroll and manpower data. Next, integration of finance pickups that data to calculate wage, overtime, and hazard pay. Supply chain use manpower reports to schedule shifts and seasonal staffing. Also, marketing and sales integration, which deploy trained staff into campaigns while managers review dashboards to evaluate performance, approve bonuses, and promotions. Overall, it highlights how ERP connects HR with finance, supply chain, and marketing to create one integrated system. The big takeaway is that ERP makes HR a strategic partner, ensuring compliance, efficiency, and coordination across the whole organization. So that's the value these diagrams brings to the food industry domain. Think about it as recruitment, payroll, training, and evaluation are all happening at once. So with ERP, HR doesn't just shuffle papers anymore. So it drives efficiency, Just imagine how much faster things move when compliance checks are automated and data flows instantly to finance, supply chain, and marketing. Now, compliance. This is a huge in the food industry. So ERP makes sure no one steps into production without valid health certificates or HACCP training. If they fail the test, so the access is locked. But when they pass, they're good to go. That's ERP keeping standards high and risk low. And here's the fun part of coordination, which is finance gets real-time labor costs, supply chain knows exactly how much people to schedule, and marketing can launch campaigns with trained staff ready to go. And also managers even get dashboards to track performance and reward the best workers. So the implication is clear. ERP integration turns in HR. So the implication is clear. ERP integration turns HR into the glue that holds everything together. It's not just admin anymore. It's also strategic, proactive, and it makes the whole organization stronger, safer, and smarter.
In this part of the presentation, I will explain the EPC, or Event-Driven Process Chain, diagrams for our ERP project in the food industry. Our task focuses on the human resource module, integrates with other functional areas, specifically finance, supply chain management, and marketing and sales. First, I want to briefly explain what an EPC diagram is. An EPC diagram is a business process modeling tool that uses events and functions in sequence. It must begin and end with an event. It also uses connectors such as AND, A&D, or and XOR to show decisions or branching paths, and organizational units can be attached to functions to show who is responsible for each activity. For our project, the EPC diagrams are based on the new employee compliance onboarding workflow in the food industry. We selected this process because the food industry has strict regulatory requirements, including health certificates, HACCP training, GMP compliance, and hygiene control. So onboarding is not just an HR activity, but also a cross-functional ERP process. For the first EPC diagram, I will explain the integration between human resources and finance. The process starts with the event, manpower request approved. This means the company has identified the need for a new employee and the request has already been accepted. The first function is create employee master data, and this is performed by the HR department. After HR enters the employee's information into the ERP system, the next event is employee master data created. Next, the ERP HR module performs the function validate compliance documents. This includes checking whether the employee's medical certificate, food handling clearance, and required certifications are still valid. After that, the event becomes compliance validation result available. At this stage, the process reaches an XOR connector because there are two possible outcomes, valid or invalid. In PC notation, XOR means only one path can continue based on the decision result. If the documents are invalid, the system performs the function send rejection notifications handled by the ERP HR module, and the process ends with the event onboarding process terminated. This shows that non-compliant candidates cannot continue further in the onboarding process. If the documents are invalid, the process continues to the function define shifts and allowances, which is handled by the HR department. Here, HR enters payroll-related details such as a shift schedule, overtime eligibility, night shift differentials, and hazard pay if the employee works in cold storage or other high-risk environments. This leads to the event payroll-relevant data completed. The next function is synchronize payroll data to finance, handled by the ERP HR module. This means the ERP system transfers employee payroll information directly to the finance side of the system without manual re-entry. The next event is employee payroll data received. After that, the ERP finance and accounting unit performs the function configure payroll profile. This includes payroll setup such as statutory deductions, tax, wages, and payrolls. Once that is done, the event is payroll profile configured. Then finance performs the function generate payroll ledger. This step creates payroll records and updates financial reporting. It then leads to the event payroll ledger generated. Finally, the process ends with the event employee fully set up in payroll. This EPC shows that HR and finance are tightly integrated through ERP. HR provides employee and compensation data, while finance uses the information for payroll setup and cost recording. This reduces duplication, improves payroll accuracy, and supports better financial.
Implementing enterprise resource planning systems in food industry significantly enhances human resource management by automating core functions such as recruitment, payroll, training, and performance evaluation. By integrating HR with key departments like finance, supply chain, and marketing, ERP systems break down operational silos to enable seamless cross-departmental data sharing. Ultimately, this unified approach standardizes workflows, ensures regulatory compliance, and improves data accuracy, empowering organizations to make faster data-driven decisions that boost overall business performance.